Well, that was weird. Did anybody else think that was weird? I thought that was weird. What up? Hello. Welcome to an early morning barking live stream. Both of you. It's so good to see you all. Look at the numbers drop off when I turn off the music and show my face. Oh my god. Still got a weird crease in my rug that means my chair won't go over this way. Oh. There we go. Little bit more. Oh, muck on me. God, this is not how you do a live stream. Hello, good evening and welcome. Welcome to the live stream. Who's here? I know who's here. Hi, Noisy. Hi, Jerry. Jerry's? Kitty Cat t-shirt. A QWERTY classic. How are you all doing? I didn't do a live on Monday. I thought I'd do one tonight. The truth is I like doing lives all the time. I really just like doing lives, and I thought, hey, what the heck, let's schedule one for tonight. Nothing planned. Nothing planned. Do you know what? It's based on the fact that it seems to attract a lot of super chats when I do other people's live streams. But my own tend to be somewhat less so. That's the thing. Oh god, I have a video playing here. There's so much crap going on my computer. Oh. Anyway, I hope you're all well. I hope you're all good. I hope you had a good Wednesday. And all of that sort of thing. Have you seen my new BPD thing? Have you seen? I'm going to keep mentioning that all night. All night. I should put. Do you know what? Should we go live on TikTok as well? What the hell? Why not? What have you all been up to anyway? What do you do when I'm not around? You watch Jacob, don't you? That's what you do. I know this. Don't worry, it's okay. It's okay. You can love more than one person at a time. That's definitely a thing. You didn't know it was Wednesday until halfway through the day? I don't either, really. I'm just putting stuff off. So, and I'm scared for the weekend. So I don't really want it to be Wednesday. I was just sat at home here, minding my own business, and an email pinged in, and it's the job centre people, and they were like, "You've got to come into the job centre on Saturday morning." Shush you. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to. Why do you want me to come into the job centre on Saturday morning? And like, we want to talk to you about stuff, you know, just stuff. And what they're gonna do is go, do you know what? You've been doing this YouTube thing for too long, and you still don't earn any money. We're gonna like start sanctioning you now, so you get a real job. And pack in this stupid shit, and that's gonna happen on Saturday morning. So I'm not looking forward to that. I've been a bit apprehensive about things, to be perfectly honest. Just a little bit off put and worried. But it is what it is. You know, we had a good run, didn't we? We had a good run. We had some laughs. It'll be fine. One way or another. It won't be, but it is what it is. There's not much I can do about it. Put it that way. So that's the thing. So just a little bit apprehensive about that sort of thing. I'll get over it. One way or another. You know. And maybe it's time to sort of speed things up a little bit. Whatever. I keep saying that. Because I've really got no choice about it. That's just how these things go. Attachment style theory. Oh yeah, I was looking at attachment styles. Attachment theory in relationships. Because it's very BPD, MPD. It's very cluster B. You can sort of look at them all and pick what cluster B thing you have from which attachment style you have. And it becomes quite an interesting thing. I'll save that. We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it. I'm also trying to upload the Living with BPD course to PayHip. And I'm struggling. It's difficult clicking on buttons. No, the video has to be under 5 gigabytes, and mine is not. Mine is like 7 gigabytes. So it's having a little hissy fit with me. I need to make a smaller file. Very quiet in the chat room. I find it very unnerving when you're like this. And it leaves me just nervously like clicking on things. And stuff like that. Hope you're all okay. I hope you're all fine. Hi on TikTok. There's actually more people looking at me on TikTok. I tell you what, YouTube, and until I'm just going to talk to these people down here. Because they're here as well. Hello. Who have I got with me on TikTok? I'm also live on YouTube, is the thing, right now. I've got you. Thank you. The chat just said there was a problem with the server. What server? You know, I do think something's weird with it. But I don't know what. The preview is playing for me. Did I just go offline for a bit? It's all very weird. Anyway, at least I have you there on TikTok. It's good to know. And then things dwindle. I don't know what I'm doing with this. Lives remain increasingly frustrating to me. In many ways. They always have. I don't know why I like doing them. I'm very much a glutton for punishment in some cases. I think when they go well, they go really well. And I enjoyed that. The video was playing, I think it was chat. Alright, okay. Chat went a bit weird. YouTube has been shit. Really, there's no other way of putting it. YouTube has just been pretty much shit recently. I don't know what they're doing over there. For a while, it was taking ages to process videos. And I mean like hours. Like I would upload a video and it would be 2 hours before the HD version of that video was available. Which is a pain in the ass. Because the standard def version is awful. But they have to do some sort of weird conversion thing. Even though I upload in YouTube format. Because it's a thing. Oh yeah, everything is just going down. YouTube's going weird. Oh, okay. Yeah, hi, can I ask for some advice on TikTok? Yes, absolutely do it. You go for it. YouTube's having a minute to itself. I don't know what to tell you. What advice would you like? Please feel free to ask for advice. As much as one can in this frustrating TikTok format. Yeah, I don't know what YouTube's doing, by the way. It's being very odd. I'm beginning to think that Wednesday at 8 is not a good time to do it. Hi there. Not much happening here, I'm afraid, right now. I'm actually talking on TikTok because that's where people are. There's no one here on YouTube right now. Okay, then. Hi there, though. Enjoy the game. Oh, there is somebody there. Okay. I can answer. Right. So my boyfriend doesn't know anything about BPD, but he has those times when he just splits over the smallest things I do and threatens to break up every time and leaves me. How do I calm him down or help him overcome this? Oh, good question. How do you help? Right, calming somebody down is difficult, right? This is a difficult process because it's not as simple as you just saying the right thing or doing the right thing at the right time, whatever. The reason he's splitting and splitting on you is through some deep-seated sort of insecurity of some kind. There is something making him react like that in the first place. And so what he needs to do is discover what that thing is and then deal with that. Unfortunately, that is not a quick fix or an easy, straightforward thing to do. It's, you know, this is what therapy is for, and that sort of thing. So it's a complicated thing to do. But what you have to do is sort of set boundaries for yourself and make sure that whatever he's doing is not hurting you in any way, and that, you know, ensure that you are happy in that relationship. Now, what you might want to do, I don't know. Look, it's very difficult to go to somebody and just say, "Look, I think you have BPD," and people are inherently going to be unresponsive to that kind of confrontation and that sort of thing. But if he's feeling bad, if he's feeling down and low a lot and angry and rageful, all the things that go with BPD, then he'll be aware of that. And the suggestion that he could, you know, doesn't have to suffer with it, doesn't have to put up with it, you know, that he can go and get help might be useful. So I know that's not like a quick, straightforward answer to things, but I hope that is helpful. How's YouTube doing? I don't know what to do. That's it. I mean, we have questions here, so I'm trying to address both things at the same time. I just find it a shame that I can't make one thing come up on the other thing. Can I do that? Because I can do that with the TikTok thing. Hang on. Game capture, audio output, application audio capture, collaboration cam. Sometimes they aren't quick answers. This is the problem. And I wish they could be. I really do wish they could be. What's that? No, there's no phone capture on this. There is on the TikTok one, you see. There's a phone capture, and I can just like stream my phone screen to the live stream, which is very cool. But this does not do that. We'll leave that. It would be good. You know, I hope he gets help. I hope he gets help. There is help to be had, you know. This is the thing. It's not hopeless. It's never hopeless, is it? I see that a lot. People addressing like trying to hold on to hope and that kind of thing. I never give up hope. Is always where I sit with it. Like, never give up hope. Why would you give up hope? Something might change. Do you know how many times things have changed? Like, how many times I've had a bad day followed by a really good day. And you just think, God, all the good days I would have missed out on if I'd been able to in some way follow through with my bad feelings at various points. You know, the amount of stuff I'd have missed out on is just, you know, God, this thing's clicking up things at me. Sorry. Bear with me. So that's the thing. Let's talk some. Oh, that's an old thing, isn't it? So yeah. Do you know what? I went on TikTok live earlier, and I've kind of talked myself out. That's my problem. Generally, more sugar helps. Sugar and caffeine. It's been one of those. I feel like I've been busy again today. I am feeling busy these days, which is always good. And I'm more sort of trying to be in an upward spiral. which is something you can definitely do. Or so I'm told. Like, I don't know, doing the positive things and feeling better for doing the positive things is always a positive thing. Which is, you know, it's ridiculous that I've just put out this uh self-care video and I'm doing none of it. Like, I'm being kind to myself. I'm forgiving myself and all that stuff. But other than that, I'm pretty much just doing none of it, which is quite silly. I'm not getting enough sleep. I'm not um eating right. I don't get enough of the right kind of exercise. So many things. So many things. Um that I just don't do. But it's almost like it makes it easier to identify the stuff that you should do because it's stuff I don't do and wish I could. That's the stuff. And it's easier to get that stuff uh, out there in a video than it is to do it. Which is, on the plus side, is why I'm so it's why I'm trying to help people do it. You know, maybe I should turn viewer stats off. Maybe I find it so off-putting. I really do. Stats playing at me while I'm doing a show is just such an off-putting thing. And it makes you feel bad. It's like every live stream has a covert narcissism trigger button on it. Right? It's like everything is there to sort of make you feel bad. And compare you to some other people. TikTok especially. When TikTok is while you're doing stuff, it's telling you stuff that other people are doing and how well other people are doing and that sort of thing. And it becomes like a really frustrating thing. But I don't know. Through pig-headedness, we carry on. Because what else are we going to do? I guess that is ultimately it, isn't it? Do I tweet when I do these? I'm just rambling now, by the way. If you want me to talk some sense, then, you know, feel free to interact. But as it is, I'm just sort of narrating my life that it's as it happens right now. Which I understand is only so interesting. But it's what we've got right now. I am, however, looking forward to a live stream on Saturday. We'll do that one. Because I think a lot of people have been wanting to hear this sort of thing before, and it's been suggested to me again. And so I think it's time that we actually did it. I'm keeping it a secret for now. Let's keep it a secret for now. That's what I feel like doing. God, what else? I'm having a good week with stuff, right? I'm not doing too bad with struggling with anything at the moment. And so I'm kind of like, it's a weird one for me to just sit and ramble. You know, I'm doing okay with stuff at the moment, which is rare but good. And I've got changes I want to, but, there's nothing particularly bothering me for a change. You've got to kind of just take these as they come. I think these periods, because there are going to be down periods. So when there's an up period, you've got to go for it. Sorry, I'm being distracted by Twitter now as well. Just to see if I tweeted. I've got it. Link, it tweets out a Streamlabs thing. Where does that go? To this? All right, it does. That's good. And it has the chat room in it as well. That's pretty good as well. For what it's worth. We'll give it a few more minutes, and then I imagine I might get bored. Unless something happens, which I'm not anticipating. And then I shall probably go and play Metroid Prime. Because what has a chat room? The Streamlabs page that I get. What is it? Streamlabs.com/earlymorningbarking. And it is a collection of all the things that happen when I go live. And there's live Twitch chat and YouTube links and Twitch links and TikTok links. It plays the live feed wherever I'm live. It has the... God, there I am looking at the page that it's on. It has the chat room from YouTube on the side of it as well. And a tip button. As the thing. It's not bad. It's not bad, actually. I mean, I should probably do some... Oh, that bit's bad. Just that bit shouldn't be there. But it's generally not a bad thing. Say it comes just with something that I have anyway. It's alright. So it's got, you know, it's just YouTube chat, though. What time are we on? We'll give it another minute or two. And see what happens. I feel like, do you know what? It's not Wednesdays. It's every day. It's every day. I'm gonna, I don't know, rethink the life thing. Because this is just fucking depressing. And my natural inclination is to blame everyone. That's the covert narcissism, right? It's not my fault. It's their fault. And that's the entitlement and that sort of thing. So it just winds me up. And it's, you know, it's difficult to do. And busy is a relative term, right? There's busier than this, but it's still not busy. I mean, you know what actual good live streams are like and that sort of thing. And it's just, you know, it's never something I've been able to get off the ground ever. Like, even like back in the podcasting days, live stream audiences were so tiny. And it was, you know, sometimes we just, because we did the call-in shows, and sometimes, yeah, occasionally it was, you know, it often enough, it was popular enough when we were live to do it. But we had to have weeks where we just didn't do a show because there'd be like 2 people. And all of that. You have fun doing the gaming, and I'll speak to you later. So that's it. So right, I think at that point, it don't know. It might definitely be time to abandon the YouTube live. No, we'll give it 2 more minutes. I've only been live for 28 minutes. All right, we'll give it a couple more minutes. We'll give it a half hour. Anyone else got anything to say? Anyone else got a question? Anyone else want to talk about any particular topic or thing? Because I'm just lost and rambling here. I've given up on YouTube now, by the way. I'm sure somebody will make their presence known or whatever. It's very, yeah, I don't know. We'll put the effort in later. We'll do something else. I guess ultimately you've got to know your limitations and what works and what doesn't work and what's popular and what's not. And I guess play to your strengths. Hi, Fofa. Am I saying that right? Hello, fellow diagnosed BPD person. How are you doing? Oh, you got right. So you've done your assessment and you get a diagnosis. Wow. Oh, Alice. Alicia. Sorry. My mistake. I've not got glasses on. Why haven't I? Anyway, BPD and bipolar. You are going through the wars then, to say the least. Well done on going through it though. You can get better from this. You know, I hope I'm assuming that the assessment and then the diagnosis then precedes treatment. That's what you know. You're in the system, so to speak. So there's help there to be had. I would hope. Um, but you're at the beginning of a journey, and I know things are awful now, but things will get better. Things will absolutely get better. Mood modes and therapy. Excellent, excellent. You're gonna start feeling better. You're gonna start feeling so much better. You know. The trick is sort of holding it together until that point. Because I think a lot of people sort of want to start feeling a lot better than they do, a lot quicker than they do. But you can make it. You just have to keep. I mean, the thing I always thought is like, what else are you gonna do? Like, I've been offered therapy. I'm gonna do the therapy until they say stop coming to the therapy, because all I've been banging on about is how much I want help and I'll do anything to feel better, etc. So I have to do the therapy while they're offering me therapy. There was never consideration of not taking it, because what was the alternative? Wow, you've been living with this for 20 years. Oh wow. Hi there, new person. Country canvas. Okay. You've been dealing. Owen, can I join and sing? No. Why would I let you do that? Why would that be a thing? That's just crazy. Sorry, YouTube. By the way, I don't know if anyone's there. I don't know what else to say. I'm responding to stuff on TikTok at the moment. Why not? Why is the better question. What? Why? What am I gonna get out of it? Because otherwise, I don't care. You know, that's your problem. You want to come? You want to join and say, I'm not. I'm no. Does anyone ever say yes? Are those people sober? God, this looks weird on YouTube. It's like TikTok's a little boy down that I'm talking down to. And also weirdly leaning on, because I'm leaning on my desk. How you going there, YouTube? Still sort of just sat quietly lurking? That's fine. Do you want to join us on TikTok where people are having a conversation? 20 years. 20 years of coping with it. That's really tough. That's really tough. I think we cope with stuff for such a long time, don't we? We put up with this stuff, and even when you're saying, you know, there's something wrong, I want to get help, let me get help, etc., it doesn't always come right away, and it doesn't always come uh it doesn't always come quickly. We have another question. Watch your live video with Jacob. Interested in how you got to the place of healthier relationships. Practice. A combination of a lot of things, right? Because a lot of things add up to make those relationships unstable and difficult. And so when you're looking at getting over that, there's a lot to put together, right? And so first of all, it came from recognizing what actual destructive behaviors I'd had in the past within a relationship and not doing those, or doing my best, like really like working on that a lot. And identifying sort of key areas where I fell down and that I'd been lacking at, like communication and empathy and that sort of thing. And then beyond all of that, the other sort of non-relationship problems that I had that also directly, affected the relationships. So, for example, just generally being angry and ragey all the time and that sort of thing. And so, by identifying and eliminating those behaviors over time, by, going to therapy as well, and by having clear and open communication within the relationship, it it has been possible. And it's not even really, I mean, there's been a few moments all caused by me, but not like angry moments. We've never had we've never had an argument, I don't think. um you know and it's just down to like good communication and stuff like that, you know. Yeah, do you know I did something similar? I split, had a breakdown, broke up with my partner for a month, and I'd do anything to not have done that. But all I can do is, continue not leaving. And at least I didn't, at least it wasn't like a destructive thing that I did. Like, it wasn't like we were in a monogamous relationship and I cheated on her. That's something that I couldn't take back as an action. But it did make things worryingly just insecure for a while. But, I feel like things are settled with that now. But then I wasn't the one who was left. So I don't think that's quite for me to make that call on whether that's sorted and fixed yet. But, I have no intention of going anywhere in that. So that's the thing. Dolis Torres on YouTube asks a question. Hello, YouTube. Welcome to the party. Receiving you loud and clear. How do you handle a narcissist that gets suicidal when confronted with issues? It sounds harsh. You don't. Walk away. Leave them to it. Right? This whole, like, is this a kind of if you leave me I'll kill myself kind of thing? Is it that kind of thing? Because threatening, so right, actually maybe I've jumped the gun on a couple of things here. How do you handle a narcissist that gets suicidal when confronted with issues? Right, we need to discuss a couple of things, right? On the one hand, you have a couple of possibilities. Hi, Bean and TikTok. Thank you. I'm glad I could help. That's awesome. Thank you. So, right, what do they do? We have to look at this. Now, it's entirely possible that someone suffering from MPD feels suicidal, and that's not a thing to just be ignored and kind of leave them to it kind of way. That was overly harsh and a bit reactionary. And me trying to be funny a bit. I'll come back and explain it, really. You know, it's a complicated thing, but I don't think that's what we're talking about here, because that's not how you've worded what you said. If you want to, if you could give me any more information, that would be helpful, but I'll just kind of ramble around it at the moment. Um, it can be used, threats of, right, there you go. When I try to talk out issues with him, he rages and claims he'll kill himself. Right. In which, you know, this isn't sort of regular feelings of suicidal ideation. This is, you know, this isn't just somebody feeling very down. This is an avoidance fear tactic, right? I don't want to deal with what you're saying, so I'm going to say something that makes you afraid to ever bring that up again. And the logical extreme of that is I'll kill myself. If I have to deal with it, you can't talk to me about this because I'll kill myself. It's like saying, if you bring this issue to me, you're as good as a murderer. You know? And that's what it is. It's not like he's suicidal. You know? It's it's a control tactic. It's manipulation. And it's childish. I've never used that. In all of my rages, even when I felt suicidal, when I was genuinely suffering from suicidal ideation, I didn't use it as a threat, because it's always seemed like God, I have such contempt for that as a threat. I really do. I think that's where it comes. That's why I get onto it pretty quick. I have contempt for it as a thing. Like, I don't. People who are suicidal don't threaten it in that way. Okay? That's not how they handle that. So when somebody is threatening you or controlling you with that, that's what they're controlling you. That's what they're doing. They're shutting you down. You're trying to talk about an issue that he doesn't want to talk about, and he's found a way to shut you down. Which is shit, by the way. Don't don't be putting up with that. Right? If you've got an issue you want to discuss, you should be able to discuss it. Sorry, I feel like I'm telling you off now. I do apologize. I'm not telling you off at all. I'm just angry at your situation for you, because that's such shitty behavior that you're having to put up with. That's where I stand on it. 2 years with partner with heavy MPD traits. Great most times struggle with peace equals boring. We are interesting, aren't we, though? We are fun. We keep you on your toes. He tells me he's known he would always be the one to eventually take on. His mother told him he would since a young age. I mean, there's some childhood trauma right there for you. Dear God. Right? That's a lot if that's true. Which is massively abusive on the part of his mother if it is true. Which I'm not 100% inclined to believe off the bat. Right? This is somebody who does all this. Now, clearly, he's got issues. Clearly, this is somebody in a lot of pain going through a lot of stuff, which he would benefit from help with. But controlling you and making you feel bad in that way is just that I find unacceptable. That I don't like. I don't like that. But honestly, my reaction is, in your shoes, my reaction would probably be something along the lines of, go on then. Because he's not suicidal. People who are suicidal don't talk about it like that. They don't threaten it. They're not like, I'll do that if. They're not doing it under an ultimatum. They're doing it because they feel that bad. You know. So it's a control tactic. Hi, Kelsey. I had BPD and I reacted to my partner talking to a girl. I've apologized and he's accepted it, but I have so much guilt. We have that. Um, you clearly had a lot going on there, I think, at that moment. And I can understand it. There's some. Forgive me if I sound accusatory or something like that. I don't mean it, but would I be fair in saying that there's some feelings of, there's some fear of abandonment. There's some, it's that what if you lose him kind of fear more than anything, you know, and it sort of comes out. You panic. This panic happens. You realize that you shouldn't have said anything, that you shouldn't done anything, and maybe you feel a little bit silly about it. And even though he's okay with it, you're just still, God, I can't believe I did that. And at the same time, you're still holding on to that fear inside that he might actually do it. Grey Lizard, you awesome superstar. Thank you. You turned my light screen, which seems somewhat appropriate for somebody called Grey Lizard. Not the grey bit, obviously. I'm just associating lizards with being green. But that was awesome. Thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed the live stream. It was so much fun to do. Yeah, this is classic BPD stuff, Kelsey. And there's some fear of abandonment there. I'm right. This is my next part of my Living with BPD course. Part 2 available right now. Dulles, no problem. No problem at all. Feel free to come and ask questions at any times. One-on-ones are available. One-on-ones are available, everybody. That's a thing. Hi there. Kelsey, you can absolutely get better, but you need help to do that sometimes, which is okay. And I think that with BPD and, what you're describing, you need to get help. It's difficult to do these things on your own. It's very difficult to do these things on your own. Rich babes, even you couldn't handle me. You never know. I'm so pleased you turned the light screen, Grey Lizard. That was awesome. All right, yeah, 1-to-1 with you. It's a question here on TikTok. How you accept evaluating other people in black and white thinking towards people with BPD? How do you mean? I don't right. How you accept? I guess that's true, Ellie. I guess that's true. The psych walk keeps you out because but I wouldn't be there. I guess that would be the thing, right? I could just press stop on the Zoom. Verku40, can you type that again for me, please? Because I don't quite understand what question you're getting at. But I will endeavour to answer that, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know. I'm eager to do some one-on-ones. I really am. I'm looking forward to it. It would be good. I dramatically reduced the price. They were a piss take, by the way. Here we go. Like, how do you evaluated your feeling? Your friends are a bad example. All right, you think your friends are bad, but they aren't really. I'm with you. It's not a paranoia, it's a worry. And oh, you're devaluating them. I don't know, that's not much of a BPD thing. The BPD thing comes from a sort of, with friends, tends to be sort of not feeling like they're really your friends. Like, uh, they're just putting up with you. But you're talking about you're devaluating them. Which I feel, more on the MPD side of things. Um, but I don't know. I guess, I mean, you could be sort of, are you devaluating them in a kind of way that is like, well, if they don't care about me really, then I don't care because they're crap friends as it is? Is it a sort of, have you got a defense mechanism in play there that is like a preemptive thing? Which is, there's another BPD thing that we do, which, when a common ending to relationships is a whole sort of leaving them before we get left kind of thing. Um, you know, I make my partner think of 5 things he loves about someone he's painting black. That's a good idea. We have to try and reframe our negative thinking as much as possible and try and see things in a more positive light and remind ourselves of the positive things in existence. Um, what do you do about feeling like life is too boring to keep going? Well, find something more interesting to fill it with. I think that's the answer. Um, I felt like life was too painful to carry on with, but not too boring. There's always something interesting that happens, and if there isn't, you can find something more interesting to happen. Ellie, I've had people say to me that they see me in their nightmares. Okay. Grey Lizard, thank you for dropping in. Have a good day at work. And we'll catch up with you later. That is a good thing. I like that idea. Writing things down, listing things is so good. Right? I kind of want to sell uh an early morning barking notebook. Do I sell an early morning barking notebook? I just had this incredible realization. Hang on, Redbubble. Here we go. Because I have a Redbubble store. I feel like I have stationery and office. Here we go. I have a do it tomorrow notebook. I have an I throw tantrums notebook. I have all these. We have a do it tomorrow notebook available on Redbubble. It's just a notebook, but it's got my thing on the front. Or one with Paisley Dog on the front. Sorry, TikTok people, the YouTube live people can see this. Um, Go and check out my I have merch. Do you know this on TikTok? But is there a link on earlymorningbarking.com? Boop ba-doop boo. Ba-doop boo boo doo. There is not, and there should be. But I have merch. I have a Redbubble store where you can get Paisley Dog notebooks. I need to do a new one of those. Or a Paisley Dog desk mat. I kind of need one of those. But that staggers me. It's £36. The one I'm using right now was $7.99. That's the difference. Or an I Throw Tantrums notebook. But it's all there. It's just, I don't know. This is just what Redbubble stuff costs. I don't put anything on it. Really, I make some of the money off it, but really, in fact, I don't even think you can determine what your profit margin is. But it's a thing anyway. Do you know what the best thing is? Is the stickers. Not those stickers, my stickers. Come here. Are there stickers on here? No, clearly I don't have postcards. Yeah, we have stickers. And I actually have some of these. There's one of those on my fridge. And they're pretty good. I need to do a lot more stickers. I should do a lot more stickers. Because they're not a lot more money and they're a bit more impulse buy kind of thing. Should do a lot more of those actually now I think about it. I'm catching up with TikTok chat here. So there you go, YouTube. That's the thing. But that's not what I'm plugging right now. Do you know my products are linked on there, I think. Aren't they? Let's have a look-see. This is my YouTube. If we go to... So that's there because we're live right now. You can... We have a store tab and it links through to this. But I think... Yeah, this is different stuff. This is Spreadshop. Where there's slightly different products at slightly different prices. These come in what is it? See-through mode and fridge magnet things. You can get a do it tomorrow fridge magnet here, and these are linked on here. And I think if we were to open this, oh, it is muted. Do they show up on here? No, they do. I thought they showed up on here. And they don't. It's a weird thing. I do think, however, what I can do... We bring you over here. I Throw Tantrums. It's a great sticker. This is live right now. What was I trying to look at? I think I can, like, put a product... Here we go. So this is linked to the Spreadshirt thing. I think I can put... What happens when I do that? Do we have an I Throw? See, there's all these products like tote bags and mugs. Do you want a mug that says it's a BPD thing on it? I'm not sure. Oh, pin a product in the chat. Use this highlight. Use this to highlight a pin product. Product pinned. What happens then? Shall we restart this page? Not a lot happens. That's what happens. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, do I have to... Do I have to write a message on this? I don't know. Product is pinned. I don't know. Oh, there it is. Look. It comes up at the top. There we go. Now we know. But now we know. Anyway, sorry, little sidetrack. Do we have any other cluster B stuff or whatever that anybody would like to talk about? Because that is why we're here while I'm pinning stickers at you. Um, where's the I throw tantrum sticker? I do like the stickers. I'm going to try and do more stickers. I just need to remember to do more stickers. There are so many things that I have to do and I forget to do them. But that's just me. Again, ADHD brain. That's what's going on there. So that's the thing. Where are we? I've distracted and lost myself. So yeah, if anyone has any other, do we have any other questions? Anything anybody else wants to talk about? I can do more questions. I can go and play video games. I don't care. I'm happy to sit and talk to you. Like we ended up going a lot longer than I thought we were gonna. So at least that's something. And I'd like to thank everyone on TikTok who did a sterling job. Even though a few people from YouTube were, quite frankly, just... I'm sorry, I'm mean to you. I should have brought out the puppet, shouldn't I? That's where it should have gone. I should have brought out the puppet, and I did. He's round here somewhere. There was great debate as to what he is. I'm on squirrel because of the tail. I don't think he's a fox. He's a squirrel. You're a squirrel, aren't you? He says he is. Yeah, because nodding is one of the few things he can do. He can do that, and he can wave his arms. He can nod. He can shake his whole body, but not his head. That's harder to do. And he can sort of put his head in his hands and go, "Oh no," like that. That's the thing he can do. Do you think narcissists can change for their kids? I think a narcissist can change for their kids as much as they can change for anyone. I'm not a big believer. Yeah, sticky notes on everything. That's the way. You see how easily just squirrel. There's this, this whole idea of people getting better because they're gonna be a parent for something, for whatever it is. Oh, he's gonna finally get a job once he becomes a dad. Oh, I'll probably settle down and stop drinking when I become a dad. All this stuff. And the truth is, more often than not, that's how you just end up with shit dads. Right? Having kids is not the cure-all thing that people pretend it is. By any stretch. That's just how you have unhappy families. Right? If the narcissist in question needs an excuse, like they've got kids now, to get better, then they're not really meaning, their heart's not really in this. I don't think. That's not just because you should just want to get better, shouldn't you? Right? Because we're talking about mental health problems here as well. Why don't, someone should try and fix those. So no, I think in theory, technically, yeah, a narcissist can change because we can heal, we can get better. Does having children motivate us to make serious changes? No, I don't think it does. I don't think it does. I used to think that of myself, that if I have kids, I might get better at stuff. I might sleep better, work harder, etc., etc. And the truth is, I'd still be me now, just with kids that felt awful because their dad was a bit of a twat. Question from TikTok: how heavy are your lows now compared to the beginning of your self-discovery journey? Significantly less. Significantly less. I don't go anywhere near as low as I used to. Like, not even close. Not even close. Um, I mean, look, my lows before were suicidal, right? That's pretty fucking low. Let me bring you up a bit. There we go. That's pretty low. Uh, Suicidal ideation, wouldn't you say? And I'm nowhere near that now. Not even remotely near that. Um, and so it's an entirely different thing. Your lows go down, get become far less low, far less low. By the way, on TikTok, are you following me on YouTube? Because that's where all the good videos are, you know. I've just done lives today. I've not done any actual videos. I kind of burned myself out with lots of videos yesterday. That was a thing. Sorry, I've got something in my teeth and it's driving me up the fucking wall. I do need to change. I just started looking at my one-to-one session, sort of introduction stuff. I've done a really bad job of it. I need to get ChatGPT to write me something. Hi, Jerry's. Hi. Welcome back to more early morning barking, talking about BPD and MPD by somebody that has both. What about the grandiosity? Indeed, what about the grandiosity? Oh, you mean how has that been as much? Yeah. Yes, that's been just as much. Um, maybe more so. Maybe more so than it used to be. To be perfectly honest, the grandiosity has not gone away. It has a different form, and it is slightly less destructive to others now than it used to be. I am not directly grandiose to somebody's face in an unpleasant and obnoxious way all that often anymore. Um, Gotta look funny at that angle on TikTok, don't I? Don't like these. That's slightly better, and I don't like. I shouldn't wear black t-shirts for these. Um, where were we? Grandiosity. Yeah, it's not going away though. Every bit as much because now I'm on video. It was bad when I was just on audio, and now I'm on video, and you can see me and stuff like that, and so it's much worse. But I enjoy it. I don't care. Terrible, aren't I? I know. I know. It's one of those things. Now, do you know what? I'm sat here wondering with live streams. Do I start half an hour too early, or do live streams take half an hour to get going regardless of when you start them? That's my question. They always seem to kick off around the half hour mark, just when I'm starting to get pissed off with doing them. It's an odd thing. But it's always good to hear from you all. Does anyone else have another question about anything? Uh Hit me up. And we can do, I've lost my drink though. There we are. I drank it. That was the thing. If anyone else has a question about anything or anything else you'd like me to address or talk about at all, please let me know. And we'll talk about it. But until then, I don't know. We'll probably leave it till tomorrow. I will be live on TikTok around the same time tomorrow. It's already scheduled on there. I think 8 o'clock. I put it up for. So I'll be live on TikTok at 8 o'clock tomorrow. More videos to come out during the day tomorrow on YouTube and probably TikTok and YouTube Shorts and all that kind of thing. So then, without further ado, I think it's time to call it a night. We'll sign off on YouTube first. Thank you for watching, everybody. Oh, hang on. Do you just... Right. Oh, skin of your teeth stuff. Can you talk about narcissistic collapse? What would you like? What about narcissistic collapse? It's a very big topic. Of course, narcissistic collapse being meaning when your house of cards of grandiosity and lies that you tell yourself just collapses around you, and your whole world comes crashing down. And no matter what, you kick and scream and kick and scream and kick and scream. And do you know what? I don't like to discuss politics, but we're basically discussing the results of the last U.S. election. If you want a definition of narcissistic collapse, go and look at the behavior surrounding a certain somebody who didn't really win. I think that is a denial, kicking and screaming, throwing tantrums. That didn't really happen. You're all stupid. This was done to me. All this system is rigged. It's fixed. Everybody believes me, don't we? You all believe me. You all go out and shout about it for me and that sort of thing. You know. Narcissistic collapse is a big sort of end of the world level event. You're not sure if you're going through one right now. You think, how do you rebuild your life? That's a big question. Very vaguely, a bit at a time. I think it's important to have an end goal in sight. I really do. Look, tell you what, I'm going to plug some more shit as well. Where are we? I'm going to plug some more stuff. Can't find what I'm looking for. Bear with me. Just bear with me. And we'll get there. I've just realized you guys are still looking at you, aren't you? Which is no good. Oh no, you're still looking at that. Right, okay, sorry. How do you rebuild your life? Now then, where am I? That's the preview of that. We don't need that. We want to go to that. Okay. Bear with me. My store is this. So you can get this from either... You can get this from YouTube, you can get it from my Patreon, patreon.com/earlymorningbarking, or you can get it here. And this is like a download store. Link in the chat there. payhip.com/earlymorningbarking. I need, again, another thing I need a link to. My link tree is just getting fairly big though. Right, now what you can get there, this is part 1 of my... I know it's a living with BPD course. I know what it's labeled, but the first one is building your self-identity, and it's totally relevant to MPD as well. When you're talking about rebuilding your life, then I think you need a goal, right? I think you need to decide what do you want that life to be, and then start working backwards from that. You can't just like, I'm rebuilding a life. Well, yeah, I'm just putting bits on the pie. You know, you need to know, what kind of person do you want to be? What kind of life do you want to live? How do you want it to be structured? What kind of people do you want in it? All these sorts of things. Sit down and work that out. Make a decision. Decide what makes you happy, what doesn't make you happy, what do you want more of, what do you want less of, all these things. And crucially, write it down. write down, define this person that you wish you were, that you want to be. If you're moving on a journey, where are you going? We don't ask that question enough. Where is the destination from this trip? And that's why it's part 1 of the course. And yeah, I know it's a BPD thing. You don't want the whole course. There's going to be far more BPD stuff in there. But the MPD, building your sense of self. Because even when if I were telling you about like dealing with narcissistic collapse, I'd be telling you about rebuilding your sense of self. In fact, I am. That's what we're living it, I suppose. And it's that you need that destination. Otherwise, how do you know where you're going? And so we talk about being on a journey. Journeys need destinations and ends. They need a reason to go on that journey. And that's a very important thing. So if you want that video, you can it's either on a YouTube membership, the Barclay package, or the Living with BPD course on Patreon, or if you want to buy it, just get that video, which is less money if you just want that one. Then it's up on the PayHip, on that link I just gave you in the chat, and that will be on earlymorningbarking.com. Follow it on my thingy list following following this show. So I think that am I gonna leave it there? Does anyone else have a... I'm just gonna sit and wait. I don't know. Who has another question? Who has something? Oh, here we go. Is it common to over-sexualize yourself with BPD? Yeah, sort of, yeah. You're on TikTok. You can't see what I was about to bring up the screen. If you go to Google and type in hypersexuality and go to the Wikipedia page for hypersexuality, then it's not long. So you look on the Wikipedia page for it. I'll bring it up for the YouTube people. Bear with me. I need a stream deck. Please send super chat so I can get a stream deck. Okay, hypersexuality. I've got all sorts of gubbins over it. Let's move that for a second. Right. An extremely frequent or suddenly increased libido. It is controversial whether it should be included as a clinical diagnosis used by medical healthcare professionals. And we look at hypersexuality there, the definition of what it is, causes, physiology as a symptom. Hypersexuality is known to present itself in connection to a number of mental and neurological disorders. Some people with borderline personality disorder, sometimes referred to as BPD, can be marked impulsive, seductive, extremely sexual. Sexual promiscuity, sexual obsessions, and hypersexuality are very common symptoms for both men and women with BPD. On occasion, there can be some extreme forms of paraphilic drives and desires. Borderline patients, due in the opinion of some to the use of splitting, experience love and sexuality in unstable ways. So yeah, when you ask the question, is it common to over-sexualize yourself with BPD? Yes, it absolutely is, without question, and it's something that I think we all struggle from. Well, a lot of us struggle from. It's I've had issues with that. It's a thing. It's a thing, and it becomes it's potentially one of our self-destructive behaviors as well. That when you're having these bouts of extreme sexuality, whatever form that takes, and it's suddenly turned up to 11, then you find yourself in situations and doing things that you might not otherwise ordinarily do, which you can obviously see quite quickly uh, why that would be a problem. You know, that's just sort of asking for it. And hypersexuality comes as either as a symptom or as a thing itself. Um, and you know, it's a difficult thing to live with. Is using sex as reassurance hypersexual behavior? I'm not sure if we'd class it as that. Um, but it's certainly doing that is certainly a BPD thing. Using sex to validate yourself, to feel better about yourself, to feel, you know, to get reassurance for all kinds of things. Um, Let me see. But yeah, it is a thing. It is a thing. It's going to affect us all slightly differently. It will play out in you differently than it does in me, etc. But you know, that enhanced sexuality is very much a thing with BPD. Um, I'm just reading this article, and I don't know what there's. It is heavily linked to this, but there's not much. There's not. It's not talked about a lot. Because it can be a very difficult, touchy subject. It really can be. So, hi Sarah Jane. I hope your day is going well too. My day's going good so far. But unless anyone's gonna jump in with a question at the end now, I'm gonna go. This is usually when someone jumps in with a question at the end. But it's time to go. Are we all good? We're all good? We're all good. Okay, I'm going. Right. I'll see you later. Bye bye. Look out for